This is Mike.
And Christina.
And I don't want to brag or anything, but I'm known as the caretaker.
And I'm the blind chick living.
And we also come with the dumb dog.
Moosey boy.
Yep, and Moose, the Pomsky service dog, is Christina's service
Baby.
dog. And this is the Blind Chick Living podcast. Disclaimer.
We are not doctors. Please do not take any medical advice from us. What works for me might not work for you. Talk to your team.
Yeah, and if you've ever met me, you should really not take my advice unless you talk to your team.
Correct.
So, talk to your team. This is just our opinion. If you don't like it, then tell me yours. All right, so we went to the National Kidney Foundation Washington Summit, and we stayed in the Capitol Hilton, and of course, that was amazing.
It's gorgeous.
Yep, we had no issues with our supplies being delivered. Our machine, the new case that I made, was absolutely phenomenal.
And my luggage did not arrive.
Yep, so all the medical stuff was good, but they lost Christina's bag.
Which is awful because I have my most favorite item in there, my Dyson hair styler.
Yep. So, but the Delta actually did really good. They had it delivered that day. They had it sent to the hotel, so that was awesome.
So disaster averted.
Yep. And I made a new dialysis case.
Yeah.
I made it out of the Pelican 350. It's kind of a hard one to find, but I found a used one. And then I used the foam that the machine is shipped in when it goes to the clinic. And I used 3 layers of that. So I have the bottom one, and then I cut one so it fits in the middle, and then one on top. And there's some caster wheels, and these are some heavy-duty casters that you can actually clip on and clip off. So it actually worked really great because I was able to balance all of our bags on top of that, and I have this green strap that ties them all down, and actually works really good. And everybody loved it. So, and I guess we could say that Moose is the unofficial mascot for National Kidney Foundation.
Yeah.
Yep. So in D.C., we walked around a little bit. We saw the White House.
Yes, we did.
And Washington, D.C. is always amazing. If you can go, I would go.
It's an amazing, amazing place to visit.
And then, you want to let them know about your anniversary?
Sure. So we got married on leap year. So technically, we just had our first anniversary. So we celebrated by going to Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
There are some new products, and it's called calf dry.
Yes.
They, I guess Olympic swimmers can use them. Pretty much if you have a catheter, and that can be a catheter for
showering, swimming. It is very cool. It has this circle that goes around where your catheter enters your body, and it actually has this like seal that if water gets in there or air, it turns red. So
Yep.
you know, okay, this one's compromised. I need to switch it right away.
Yeah, and so that indicator was amazing. We loved that Christina was able to swim in the ocean because there's lots of things that, as a dialysis patient, you're told you cannot do. So, and again, kind of like what we say, don't tell us we can't, show us how we can.
Yep.
And that product was amazing. There were actually some samples that I got at ASN. Yeah, down in Philly. So it was really cool that it gave me a bunch of those. And so you want to let them know?
Amazing.
You want to let them know what else we did in Florida?
We went on a bus tour.
Yep.
And we went on a boat tour.
And that was one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen. because they crammed so much into the bus tour and the boat tour that there was absolutely no way we could have seen a tenth of that stuff.
Yeah,
So.
we found out that Moose is not only just a champ in airplanes, but he's the champ on boats too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting home.
And what happened on the second?
That is right. Michael and Christina became grandparents.
Woo-woo!
And my daughter, Mercedes Gilchrist, had her baby, Eleanor,
Iris, Wren, Burgess.
Yep, so Wyatt and Mercedes had their baby. It is, you know, and I'll fight this with anybody, but it's the cutest damn baby I've ever seen.
Yeah, she is precious.
And it's so much fun being a grandparent because, well, one, you get to give them back, but just, I forgot how little babies were.
I know, me too.
And it's hard to believe because, you know, 21 years ago, you know, I was holding Sadie just like that.
Yeah, and
so,
she is such a good baby. She hardly ever cries. She has the most beautiful dark blue eyes, and she just is awake and stares at you, and she's really, really strong. She's already lifting her head.
Yep.
She's incredible.
That's been a lot of fun.
Tell them what you say about birth control.
Oh, yeah. If I knew grandbabies were this much fun, I would have not pushed birth control as much as I did. Because grandbabies are the coolest things.
So true.
And if you haven't heard, I'm going to be, my nickname for Grandpa is going to be Grumpy Gramps.
And I'm going with Grandma because I never thought I'd ever become a grandma, so I'm pretty proud to be called Grandma. NANT.
Yep, let's go ahead and talk about NANT.
For those of you who don't know, NANT is National Association of Nephrology Technicians, and that includes dialysis technicians and biomeds.
Yep, and so they have a conference every single year. It's in Vegas, and it's usually the last week of March, and we were asked to speak there. So we decided to make a road trip out of it.
Yes, we did.
And we decided we were supposed to leave on Sunday.
We were supposed to leave Sunday, but we decided to leave Saturday.
Yep, so we just decided to
head out early,
throw the stuff in the machine. And I have a Kia Niro. If you guys haven't heard, I got rid of my truck, which that sucks, but the gas mileage is so much better with the hybrid.
Yes.
But I put a hitch on it, and I got a sketchy rack. And let's see, we put how many boxes? 2, 4, 6, 12 bags of saline that we had to take. Well, not saline, 12 bags of dialysate. So I had all of these stacked on the rack on the back of the car. I had a bag of medical, our luggage, and it had this nice little zip-up case so that it wouldn't get wet. And it actually worked really good, except for when we went off bumps, you could hear it scrape.
Yeah, no good.
But that was fine. So we decided to, we were supposed to leave on Sunday, and we woke up Saturday morning and was like,
let's head out.
Yep, let's head out. So we decided to head out, and we stayed right outside Zion. And the following morning, we woke up and went to Zion National Park.
Yes, we did, which was amazing. We got hailed on.
Yep, and there was a tunnel that's, I don't even know how long, but
I think it was like 1.1 miles.
Yeah, something like that. It's a way long tunnel.
So long, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and the fact that they were able to cut that out of stone.
And so long ago.
Yeah. So, Zion's was really cool.
Yes.
Amazing. And we ended up going from there to a Mesquite.
Yeah.
And we stayed, in a cheap hotel.
Yeah.
And it worked. Because we got there, we were able to set the machine up, we did treatment, and we were able to pack up the next day and head to Vegas. So the NANT conference has been at the Tropicana.
Yes.
And if you don't know what the Tropicana is, it's a casino, one of the oldest casinos.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
Yep.
And it is scheduled to be torn down.
Its last day is April 1st.
Yep. And they had some parties for the employees, so I mean they were done. And I got to give them credit because it was amazing.
It was. They put on such an amazing conference.
Yep.
And it always, like, I always am just floored at going and seeing how much these people truly care about their patients. And just seeing how genuine they are is, as a patient, like, it melts my heart.
And you see the passion that they have. You know, we've all had, well, actually, I hope all of us have had at least that one nurse that has just made treatment amazing or a medical procedure amazing, and they just gave you some of the best bedside manners.
Yep.
That it just made everything better.
Yes.
And that's what all of these people are doing.
And if you are a tech and you are not part of NANT, like, please, 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 go check out their website, become part of it. They give out scholarships. They pay for people to go to the convention. And it's just such an amazing organization.
And you can get credits. I'm not totally familiar with the credits, but I guess you have to get so many every year or whatever cycle it is. So they give you credits for going to the conference. And throughout the conference, they have a whole bunch of sessions and
hands-on sessions and
yep,
amazing.
So we ended up doing all that. And
one thing that was really exciting this year is, in the past, home dialysis has kind of been mentioned here and there. This time, there was a lot of discussion about home dialysis.
Yeah, they had their own little section of it where every day there was a different aspect of home dialysis. And it was really cool seeing all these people get up and talk about sharing how home dialysis is. The guy that hosts, his name is Brad Weber.
So amazing.
And he is one of the most awesome, genuine guys I have ever met. Genuine. He's just one of those guys that when you talk to him, he's just a nice guy.
He has, like, a heart of gold.
Yep. And then Fran, let's not forget her. Fran did amazing.
She did so much work.
Yep.
And she's such an amazing lady.
And what was cool, too, is we were able to, if you're doing medical and you go into a hotel and all that stuff, you know what? Call them. See if they'll upgrade your room. Because it takes up a lot of space, and the worst they can say is no. So, we got upgraded. We were on the 19th floor.
Yes, we were.
And it was amazing. Now, it's a 1950s suite. So, you know, it is what it is. But it was amazing. It was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun.
We'll say that I think everybody thinks we're potheads, though.
Yes. Anytime you turn the air conditioning on, it pulled air from outside in our room. When you walked in, it smelled like skunk.
Yep, so there was either somebody blowing it out the window somewhere close to there.
Or our neighbors were just really, really happy.
Yep, and the reason we say that is we had the machine set up, and we had a lady that's ended up speaking with us. Her name is Margrot, and she is a dialysis educator.
Yes, but this woman, oh my gosh, so impressive. She had been a nurse for over 50 years. And I hope I got that right, because I know her whole career spanned over 50 years.
Yep, and she has just been an advocate. She's with Satellite Healthcare.
Yes, she is.
And if you don't know what that is, that's a nonprofit dialysis clinic. I'm not sure.
It's kind of a dialysis center.
Yeah.
Like a Fresenius?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Margrot, she had her daughter with her.
Who is adorable.
She
and
really
she's
is.
so cute. And she took care of Moose for us a little bit. And Moose already misses both of them so much.
Yep. and what was her name? Suzy
Suzy.
Phillips.
Yes, yes,
She, there were a couple people that just soaked in our story, and she was one of those.
Yes.
Where every single thing just out of our mouth, it was, I mean, it's kind of humbling going to those because you're told constantly just, well, I mean, how amazing you are and how innovative you are, and and I like to say that we are, but
we're just people.
Yeah, we're just living, and that's what we want to show, is that we shouldn't be the exception. Everybody should be traveling on dialysis. Everybody should be feeling the way that Christina does. And it was really cool because during a bunch of the sessions, they would come out and talk to us because they would get, the patient's perspective or the care partner's perspective.
They wanted to hear the patient's perspective so much. And again, like, these people were so genuine about how they can make their patients' lives better.
Yeah, and something really great about this conference too was they paid a lot of attention to the care partners.
Yes.
And which is really cool because
it was really exciting that care partners are starting to become part of the conversation.
Yeah, and they're trying to find a way to include them because, to be honest, insurance isn't paying to help the care partners. Nobody's.
And burnout is so real.
It really is. And there's a thing called respite care. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Ask your technicians to reach out to us. Because if you are getting burned out on home dialysis, and that can be any form. I mean, that could be the patient too. Respite care can be applied to the patient. It can be applied for the care partner.
And as a patient, yes, the idea of going back in center for any amount of time kind of hurts my soul. But please, as patients, if your care partner tells you they need a break, please respect that, because the amount of pressure on their shoulders is so great. And so please be understanding when your care partners come to you and say, hey, I just need a bit of a break.
Yep, and respite care can be a whole bunch of stuff.
Yes,
where another care partner comes in and helps.
Your nurse.
Your nurse
they
can
said
help.
Maybe your nurse can come to the house.
Or
so talk to your team.
Or you actually take your home dialysis machine into the clinic, and it's just like training, where you go in, you would do your treatment yourself, you would cannulate yourself,
yes.
And it would just be like doing it at home, but you would just have a care partner that would be one of the technicians at that time.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
And like I said, the care partners get looked over a lot. And it's all because, and I can't stand hearing the word funding, because if you know anything about dialysis or you're a patient, you know exactly the amount of money that, all these people are making. And they're doing good, but it really sucks when you hear that it's just not in the budget, or we don't know what.
But also the crazy thing is, during one of the sessions, they asked all of these techs, are any of you at clinics who are understaffed right now? Every single tech raised their hand except for 2. And so right now there is a huge shortage in techs. And so they are not being paid well enough. And so we need to start talking to our doctors, and hopefully Congress, and hopefully all these times we go to Washington, we can make a big difference and start paying these people more, because they truly are our lifeline.
Yep, and I will go ahead and call out Mike Lee and Mitt Romney. He's retiring.
Yes,
so I guess he won't have as much say, but he can definitely get behind all of this, because the better that the patient feels, the less they go to the hospital, the less they use medication, and it's just something that needs to be done.
Yep.
So, do you want to say one thing, that Marcelo Pena, he is traveling across, I don't even remember where it is, but it's the first time anybody's taken dialysis there.
Really?
So, yeah, he was in the airport, and you should have seen the amount of boxes he was checking.
Oh.
It was a really cool thing to see, and that Next Stage or Fresenius were able to help him make this happen.
So
So,
you guys go check out. I'm sure you posted a lot, so go
yep,
check it out.
go check it out. Do you want to go ahead and talk about,
Well, let's talk about the dance.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's talk about your, what is it, the White Girl Panic?
Yeah, it's the White Girl Panic. Those
Okay.
are my dance moves. And so they always have a dance, and it is so much fun. Let me just say, techs know how to have a good time.
Yep, they definitely do. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Brad,
Yeah.
he MCs it, and he always comes dressed up. This theme this year was Sparkle
and
1960s.
Well, no, choose your favorite era. It was Sparkle or choose your favorite era.
Yeah.
And we decided to do what era?
1960s.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Well,
Well,
technically like 60 million years ago,
yeah.
but we didn't start airing our home videos until the 1960s because we were
Fred.
And Wilma Flintstone.
And of course, Moose was Dino.
Yes, he was, and he was so cute.
And it was really cool. Christina was in the dance competition.
Yes.
And she was robbed.
Which I just have to tell you, I think there should be like a throwaway vote for like people who don't have rhythm. Like everyone who won had so much rhythm, and you got me over there with the White Girl Panic. Like you gotta throw us a bone every once in a while.
Well, since they can't see what that is, do you want to explain what the White Girl Panic is?
Yeah, so it's just you raise your hands in the air and just panic. And
okay.
That's me dancing.
Yep, and I will say that it is sexy as hell.
Whatever.
But, you know, and it's just nice being able to show the techs that you are able to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And when they, and even a lot of them, when they see that you're a patient, they're like, I had no idea. And it's absolutely amazing because, I don't know what it says. Well, when me and Christina walk up, they don't know who the patient is.
It's true.
And that's exactly how it should be.
We had so many people that were saying they thought Mike was the patient.
Yep. And I don't know what that says, but you know, we both, it's amazing because Christina feels good enough that she isn't labeled as a patient.
Yep.
So
we took second in the costume competition.
And I have to add, I was riding a dinosaur.
Yes, he was.
Yep, I was dressed up as Fred, riding my famous T-Rex dinosaur that I take everywhere.
His blow-up home.
Yep. So that made the appearance. Of course it did.
And I'm not sure what her name is, but the girl who won the costume party, oh my gosh, you killed it. You looked gorgeous.
Her costume was amazing. It was like a flapper girl from like 1950s or 40s,
oh my
60s.
Gosh, she looked gorgeous.
She really deserved to win.
And so many people dressed up and were sparkling, and it was so much fun.
And my online persona, you know, you guys see my videos, you guys hear the, you know, the podcast that we do, and it's hard for me to act that way in public.
Yes.
So it's a lot of fun when I am with all of these people that just accept me for me, because I'm the care partner, and you know, I'm just comfortable with them. And if you would have told me 10 years ago that I would walk into a party dressed as Fred, riding a dinosaur, that just isn't who I am.
Yep.
And it's really cool that, one, Christina's been able to pull that out of me. But just that we're able to go and have fun and show just how much fun we can be having every day.
Yeah. We saw a couple people there that are just incredible that we just want to call out, like Dr. Michael Krause.
Yep, there was a bunch of people that came to the room.
Yes,
and we had the machine set up the entire time, so it was kind of an open invitation for anybody that wanted to come up to the room, see our setup, see how it looks. And let's see, it was Michelle Carver. She is the chief field office.
Nurse?
Let's see. Sorry. Michelle Carver, she's the chief nursing officer for Fresenius. She was able to come up and, just kind of chew the fat with us on
Such
how
an
we set it
amazing
up.
lady.
Yep.
She was on a couple panels, and I'm telling you, just so thoughtful and just so educated and knowledgeable and just such an amazing advocate for all of us patients.
Yep. And then, of course, Michael Krause.
Yes.
He is, if you want a definition of the perfect doctor,
Yes.
I would say that's who it is.
I'm trying to convince him to move to Utah and become my doctor.
Yep.
So it's still being worked on.
Yep. And then
but of course he looked amazing with his bow tie and his suit on and his amazing mustache. If you haven't seen the mustache, check out his photo. He's on the page. He's amazing.
Yep. And Suzy Phillips and Mary Margrot came up.
Yes.
They checked out the machine. It was really cool being able to show texts and all that stuff that we're really doing what they say we can do.
Yep.
And I like it because I do a lot of not shortcuts but easy cuts.
Yeah, but you're still safe.
Yes, I am following all the rules. I'm doing everything that I'm doing good, but it is just.
It's all the microfied stuff in
Yeah.
his case that he travels with, that he puts all the breakable stuff in, and he just showed them how he packages everything and how he sets everything up, and it's just Mike's brain works so different than everybody else's, and it's such a good difference.
I guess I did it as a reference of the Good Doctor. We're doing that scene when he needs to do surgery. He can see it in his mind and he's pulling out all the steps. I kind of do the same thing with dialysis, and I imagine in my head that everything's going to go wrong, so I make sure that we have something for every what if.
Yeah.
And I have toolkits, I have these cases, I have, the burritos, and it's really cool being able to show all that stuff and get a lot of, we never thought of that. Or like the Pelican case that I have.
Yeah, amazing.
Nothing against the case that Next Stage has.
Yeah, nothing.
But I got tired of trying to get it. And
we travel so much, and we were kind of hogging it up from all the other patients in our center, so.
Yep, so I decided, that's my, third attempt at a machine?
Yeah.
At a case, and the other ones.
You did it, too.
Yeah, the other ones worked. The other ones worked fine.
Yeah.
But this one, hands down, the wheels alone make this entire case.
Yes, so
when I can have, probably about 200 pounds of equipment balanced on this machine, and I can just push it with my foot and push it across the room.
Yeah.
Makes it so awesome.
So cool.
So, and we ended up speaking.
We did. We spoke on the last day,
and the cool thing was I was able to. We put the machine away because we had to check out of the room. Oh wait! Whoa!
What?
You were kind of surprised after the dance.
Oh my gosh, you guys! You will never believe who showed up and surprised me. Tell them how you planned it.
Yeah. So I reached out to Keeli, and if you don't know who that is, she's the previous pregnant lady that was on our group, and she helped Alyssa, and she just has just an amazing story.
Oh my gosh!
Where when she got pregnant, she didn't need dialysis anymore, which is really unheard of. But
and her and her husband came, which let me just tell you, such an incredible husband. Like the two of them together are such a powerhouse, and we got to meet their amazing oldest daughter.
Yep.
And we got to meet her husband's mother.
Yep.
And Madison came.
Yep.
And I'm telling you guys, I fell in love with her all over again. And she's incredible.
Yep, we'll go over more of that because that's the following day. So we woke up the next morning. We packed up all of our stuff. And, of course, Christina looked absolutely beautiful.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So we were speaking for the final day of NANT.
Yes, we were actually one of the last speakers. We were closing it out, and it was phenomenal.
It really was. Mainly Margrot was up there. I was up there. Christina was up there.
Brad.
And Brad was hosting. And it's one of the main reasons I like Brad is when he talks with so much emotion.
He is truly, he went to a dialysis center because he wanted to truly feel what we go through and what it feels like. And he is all in and just so incredible.
Yeah. So, and it's, when he asks the questions, you can see the emotion just in his voice, in his eyes.
I almost started crying.
Yep.
And I pulled back, so I didn't cry, but I was close. And I'm telling you, being in this room of people and just knowing that you've got this group of people that they miss out on family events, they miss out on so much to be there for us and to be there for our lives to continue, and just such an incredible group of people.
Yep, and so as patients,
guess who else spoke before us?
Who's that?
The CEO of Fresenius, brand new.
Yep, Brad.
No, Craig.
Craig? Yes. Craig Cordova. He is the new CEO of Fresenius. And if
my gosh,
if he can pull off half the stuff that he talked about, it is going to be amazing.
And this guy, I was so impressed by him. Anytime I feel like someone is truly coming from a genuine place and truly is thinking about his employees and his patients, and I am telling you, this man, this is not some rich guy that's been pampered his whole life. He's worked for everything he's been given, and he's gonna rock.
He is. I really hope, like I said, if he can do half of what he's saying,
yes,
that home dialysis has a real future.
So truly, Fresenius is in good hands.
Yep. And we got a new president of NANT.
Yes, we did, Miss Carlita.
Yep, Clarika Ajaya, and I probably beat that up really bad. But
we're so sorry.
Do you want to explain to what happened last year with her?
So this beautiful woman, oh my gosh, heart of gold again. I am telling you, so impressed by her. I just went up to hug her, and she started crying, and she was just like, I can't believe you've been through what you've been through, and this woman is just, oh my gosh, you guys. If you do not know her, if you do not know about her, look her up. Yep. This woman is incredible.
Yep, and she was elected president of the NANT organization.
Yes,
and she is
so excited about that.
Yep, she's going to do amazing, and she is amazing.
And honestly, her board and everyone, they announced all the new the board members and everything, and so excited for each and every one of them.
Yep, so I know a lot of Utah people listen to this, so I'm going to challenge Utah.
We need a chapter.
Yeah, we need a chapter, and we need a bunch of people to join. So all Fresenius clinics, we're going to see what we can do about getting some Utah representatives there.
Yes, we need to, for sure.
Let's go ahead and talk about if Kelly Litchfield, do you want to explain who that is?
Oh my gosh. So she was speaking the day before us, and this woman, oh my gosh, so knowledgeable, so intelligent. Her husband was on dialysis for, how long did she say?
61 years.
Oh my gosh. And this woman, she supported him through everything.
And her husband, when he was doing dialysis, he did dialysis live in front of Congress.
What a rock star.
Yeah, him and 3 other people. If you haven't heard Kelly's story, look her up. But she is an icon.
Yes.
And it's so weird seeing some of All Heroes when we go to stuff like this, because it's
like seeing celebrities.
It really is, and they are, and they see us as kind of an equal or even the same. We can't believe we're meeting you guys, and
we are so not worthy.
No, it's so weird when you have your local heroes or even any of your heroes across the country.
Yes.
And they walk up and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're talking to Michael and Christina. It's
truly,
amazing.
I think we made 100 more heroes on our list.
Oh, absolutely.
At least.
Absolutely. There's a guy named Michael Chambers. If you are in Orange County, California, look this guy up. Look this guy up anyways.
And I'm telling you, he is incredible. Not to mention, he has the best smile.
He really does. And his story is amazing. His brother. He ended up breaking his back. And he was a
truck driver.
Yep, and he broke his back.
And then his brother started dialysis. And so he became his care partner.
Yep, and he needed a new field to go into because there was no way he was truck driving anymore. And
the coolest thing, though, is he was delivering to the dialysis center in his truck. He went in and said, what is this all about? And they explained to him what dialysis was, and he decided, hey, I want to join the team.
Yep.
And he did.
So and a lot of his ideas, I love when techs think out of the box, and I love it because I do the same thing. And when I start talking and I'm talking to Michael Chambers, it is like two excited children talking about Christmas.
It really is.
Because we have ideas that we're just throwing off each other.
Yep.
And he's an amazing guy.
Yep.
And if you ever have the chance to do a Zoom call or anything like that with him, look him up. Again, Michael Chambers, he's a hero, hands down.
Yes, for sure.
All right, and back to when we were speaking. It was really cool. They got the patient perspective, they got the care partner's perspective, and they got the nursing perspective.
Yes.
One question that I get all the time is, why did you stick around?
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad because I get that question a lot when I shouldn't be an anomaly.
I think it's like, as the patient, it's hard not to take offense to that question because it does make you feel bad.
Yeah.
But I understand the question, and I understand that it does take a special person, and I am so lucky to have you in my corner.
Well, and that's why I started the group, because all these people are saying how amazing I am and how great I am at this stuff.
But it's to your own horn.
Well, yeah, but it's because I find shortcuts to everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it safely. I'm doing it how we're taught. It's just I have shortcuts, and why not take those shortcuts if you can? And what's cool is when we got there, I was able to push my machine up into the front,
and everyone saw it up there, the next stage machine right next to the stage in the case, and it was really cool.
Yep, and they actually said I should stop making them. So
yeah, I think a few of them wanted to start a business.
Yeah, so Pelican, if you hear this, and I will make sure you do, you need to help sponsor us to get some machines for a bunch of dialysis patients, because getting these people out and traveling is the only thing we should be concerned about.
And while we were there, we were able to talk to the calf dry people.
Oh, yes, calf dry.
We have not been able to get our center to carry these because in their minds, they're seeing it as if they carry these, then they're promoting having a CBC.
And we're not promoting having a CBC. We're promoting being as safe as absolutely possible.
If you have to have a CBC, and we all know there are times in our lives, all of us, where we are going to have different accesses. So when we do have a CBC, please, if you are an owner of a center, make it as safe as possible for us.
Exactly. We don't have to promote it, but we can make it as safe as possible.
So we were very lucky. We had our doctor write us a prescription for it.
Yep.
And we talked to the owner of the company, and they're going to set up to where they'll ship us.
Yep.
Each month.
And we did a review on the catheter, and it got a lot of views.
Yeah, a lot of you are really excited about this, as am I.
Yep. And the cool thing is it's not just for CBCs. It can be used for a PD catheter.
Yes.
It can be used for the same ports for.
If you're doing infusions,
Yep.
if you're doing chemo, it is honestly, if you want to go in water, if you want to shower at home, that's what this is for.
Yeah, and if we can give them certain things that they can keep doing normally, because let's be honest, the second that those patients get home, some of the rules just get thrown out the window. You know, if you are giving your kid a bath and they splash you, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Just pretend that it didn't happen?
And I don't know if all of us have had this happen, but I have had it happen where I've had a CBC and they're like, you can't shower for a week.
Yep.
And honestly, like, that is so difficult.
Yeah, because how are you supposed to wash your entire body but not get your top left shoulder not wet?
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yep.
Same with sweating. Same with, if she's working out or she's hiking or God forbid she's in a rainstorm.
Yeah.
Give them the tools to be safe.
Yep, it's true.
And that goes for buttonholes too. Help
Yep.
these patients learn how to take care of it. Help them do all of this stuff. So, yep. And that's one of the amazing things about home dialysis is all the stats that you hear about life expectancy, how you feel.
Throw them out the window.
Yeah. Okay. And honestly, there's not enough studies and stats for home dialysis because we're blowing all of those out of the water.
Yep.
We know people that have been doing home dialysis for over 15, 20, 30 years, and they're amazing. Like, who was it that went on the cruise? Bree.
Yeah,
Bree went on a cruise.
The dialysis diva.
Yeah, she took a machine. She showed videos of her just doing it on the balcony.
So
it
cool.
was one of the coolest things that you ever see. And that's the thing about home dialysis is we can tear apart every single thing that we see when it comes to medical, but what we need to be doing is just looking at how much fun they're having, because if they were in center, and nothing against in center, but they wouldn't be able to be doing the things that we've been doing.
Yeah.
So, of course, hugging up baby time is amazing. Every day I get home, I'll text Sadie, hello.
It's grandparent time.
Yes, grandpa time. And every time she comes up to the upstairs, I'll run in there, and if the baby's sleeping, I'm like, well, wake her up.
And she was born 6 pounds, 9 ounces, 20 inches long, and just the best baby ever.
Yeah, she is amazing, and can't wait to get home to see her.
And we're not biased at all.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. All right, so anything else happen in March?
My birthday?
Yep. So Christina turned 38 again?
Sure. I turned 42.
Yep. And, wear that number with pride because, again, lots of people were saying that she wouldn't make it to this. So we have a blast with every single thing.
Yep.
Do we do anything special for your birthday?
Well, we did in Vegas.
Yeah. And, okay. All right. So, and then we met up with Keeli for breakfast.
Gosh. So amazing.
Yep.
And I'm telling you guys, little Madison has grown. She is 14 months old now. And she is talking. And that girl, she's got spice.
Yep. And it's really cool because I have never seen a baby except two strangers the way that she did. It's like we have this bond.
It's like she knows how much we love her.
Yep.
And, like, I'm telling you, it was the cutest, sweetest thing. She put her forehead up to my forehead while I was holding her, and she started mumbling words to me. And so I mumbled back to her, and she was just talking, telling me all about it. And I'm telling you, it was so hard to give her back, and it was so hard to let Keeli leave.
And it was so cool that just messaging them, they live in California, they were able to come out, and it's so cool to be able to see these people that we only usually see messages of or
And like
little
truly,
pictures.
you guys have crawled into our hearts. And when we get to meet you, this is like a dream for us.
Yep.
A dream. And like, I do know right now, I do really want to throw out for Alyssa Hicks. I know right now you are going through it, girl. And just keep fighting. We are all thinking of you. We are all praying for you and wishing you the absolute best.
Yeah, if you haven't heard, she got a kidney transplant.
Yes.
And she's having a difficult time with it. So
she's been diagnosed with a disease that is attacking her kidney, and so they're doing plasmapheresis, and she's down to under 100 pounds, and this woman has been through so much.
Yeah, and Richard's mom passed away.
Yes.
So that added on top of it.
And Richard is taking care of the kiddos, and she's at the hospital by herself, and we all know how hard that is. Nobody wants to be in a hospital by themselves, and my heart just goes out to her and her family, and just I wish them the absolute best.
Yep, and then we decided to, we left Las Vegas, and we went and saw the Hoover Dam.
Yes, we did.
That was cool. We got a tour of the generators.
Yeah,
so that
all
was
the
really
generators, cool. And we saw it, like, this thing was built so many years ago, and they did such an incredible job on it.
Yep, and it's one of those cool things. If you can ever go see it, go see it.
Yeah, it's just a wonder.
And then, so we left
Hoover
Dam, and we went to, well...
Okay, wait a minute. We have to talk about how we took the dam tour, and all the kids that we saw there were saying dam, 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 everything, and it was so cute. And I remember doing that when I was a kid, going with my family, and any chance we got to say, oh, it's the dam elevator, oh, it's the dam tunnel, oh, it's the dam generator. We did it, and it was so fun hearing all the other kids doing it.
Yep, and I will say that it's not a goddamn. It's man-made.
It's true.
Yeah.
Man-made dam.
Yep. So we left that, and we went to the Grand Canyon. Well, we went to Williams, Arizona.
Yes.
And we stayed the night in the hotel, and we ended up getting train rides. We got tickets for the train.
Which was so cute. They put on a cowboy show, and you ride the train to the Grand Canyon, and they have put so much thought into entertaining you on the way there. They had gentlemen playing a violin, and it was just the girl who was emceeing, I'll say, because lack of a better word, she was so funny, and she was so sweet, and just, I wish I knew her name so I could call her out, but she did such a phenomenal job.
She did. And the Grand Canyon was really cool.
Yes.
I will say that I expected it to be more.
Well, we didn't get
to see a
whole lot because we didn't have our own vehicle, and we were so tired.
Yeah, so we were exhausted, and it was just it was awesome.
Yes,
but
it was.
We weren't prepared with the energy to see.
Yeah, it's true. If we had been able to hike more, we probably would have enjoyed it a whole lot more, but we didn't have time.
Yep, so then we got back to Williams, Arizona. We rode the train back there, and we hopped in the car and booked it back to Mesquite.
Yes, we did, and we booked it, meaning we didn't get back there till like 11 o'clock at night.
Yep, and the cool thing, and she had to do treatment.
Yes,
so we booked it into the room. I immediately started bags heating up, and I was able to have her hooked up by midnight.
Yes, we were.
So, and then
we both crashed like babies.
Yep, we did. And so then this morning, we decided we're going to go to the Bryce Canyon. And
oh my gosh, so shocked.
Well,
first of all, talk about Brian Head Canyon.
Yeah, so I wanted to go see Brian Head, and apparently that's not a good idea to do at the end of wintertime.
Yeah, no, it was still full-on Christmas.
Well, and even Sully, she was telling me, turn around. I'm like, no, I want to take this road. I want to do the back roads. I don't want to take I-15. So we decided to go ahead and do it, and it started snowing.
Oh, it started blizzarding.
Yep. There was so much snow.
So we got to a point where we started slipping and we turned around.
Yep.
And then we had a genius idea.
Yeah, we saw a snowplow pass. So we're like, hey, we could just get behind this thing.
And we could follow this guy through the whole entire canyon.
Yeah, and this is where my dad boys should have popped in and said, hey, you dumbass, turn around. Oh, sorry guys. Moose is turning down the window.
Yep, he's a genius. And
Hold on.
Rolled down the window all by himself.
Yep. So if you don't know, we're driving home from Las Vegas right now, well, Mesquite. But we got caught in that snowstorm.
And I am telling you, if you ever decide to follow a plow and you're in a Kia Niro, don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
This was crazy. I was tailing this plow truck all the way that I possibly could, and then we got to the top of the hill.
And he turned around.
Yep. And what did Mike do?
He kept going. And you guys, I am like, my husband is the biggest idiot on the planet. We are never going to make it through this canyon.
Well, but we had a trail of what, about 10, 12 cars that were following us?
Yes, yes.
We all had our hazards on. I am doing my best to just try to use the trails in front of me.
And we had a couple crazy people that passed us and got in front of us that thankfully they gave us a trail to follow.
Yep.
Because there were times where we could barely see the road.
Oh, I'm going to post videos on my Facebook and on the group. If you do not follow me or Blind Chick Living, get on there because you would not believe these videos.
I'm telling you guys, I thought, oh my gosh, we're going to get stranded. And the only thing I could think is, thank heavens, we have so many clothes and blankets with us to keep us warm. And we have so many snacks that we won't starve.
Yep, and that was one of the most white-clenching knuckle butt-puckling moments that I have ever had.
And let me just say, that is the longest canyon in the world.
It really is, and we got out of it, and the adrenaline that you have after you got out of it. I went into, and I guess we had an entourage because I was in using the bathroom, and this guy walks in and goes, "Did you have that silver collar?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's just like, "You are a badass. I have never seen anybody drive like that." And if you don't know what a Kia Niro is, it is a hybrid two-wheel drive car that should not
make it through a canyon.
No. And I'll actually say I only slid once.
It was incredible. I don't know how we did not slide off the road.
Yep. So we went inside the Bryce Canyon, and let
me just tell you, gorgeous.
It is amazing. If you can go see Bryce Canyon, go see it.
And apparently it was all made by ice and snow.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, these little amphitheaters is what they kind of said. They're big old divots in the world, and they have these little, what did they call them?
Hollows?
No.
Stalagmites?
Hodos or something.
Oh yeah,
like that?
Yeah. Hodo.
Yeah. We were saying it reminded us of Game of Thrones. Hodo, which is amazing, by the way.
Yep.
Yep.
So we are on our way driving home. It is, 9:00 p.m. Saturday?
Yes.
We left Saturday morning. So we have been on the road for over a week.
We're so ready to be home.
Yep. And I'll say that we were able to do all of this because of home dialysis.
Yes.
And it was, I tell everybody that it takes you can do anything you want on dialysis. It just takes a little bit more planning.
And truly, I do want to throw out there, this takes so much out of me when I go and I do these speeches and I do these events, and it is exhausting, guys. But, I am so grateful for this opportunity to be able to go out and share my story with people and share how big of a difference home dialysis has made in my life and others' lives. And I am so lucky to be able to do this. So I'm grateful. Thank you to NANT for offering us this opportunity.
Yep, I will say, NANT, she needs to be the motivational speaker next year.
Please ask us to come back every year,
yeah,
because
please
this is
do.
just such an amazing conference.
Just being able to be there was an honor. So
it truly is.
all right, so we have talked a long time.
Oh my gosh, my throat is sore.
I am pretty much on fumes, so I've got to pull over and get gas.
Yes, we do.
It's been beeping at me for the last 10 minutes. So this is Mike.
And Christina.
And this is the Blind Chick Living Podcast.
Bye, guys.
Peace out. Hey, this was Blind Chick Living Podcast. And if you liked what you heard, hit that follow button and like it and share it. The more people that know about kidney disease and dialysis, the better. And if you have any questions that you want answered, or you have a comment about a transplant or your medical journey, in the About section, there's a voicemail link. Go ahead and click on that. Send us your question. We'll answer it on the next podcast.